Hello and welcome to Nolan School of Motoring. In this video tutorial, we will be looking at the Withington test route. As you leave the test centre, there will be a 10 mph speed limit on site. This speed limit changes after you go past the barrier. Take your time at the beginning of the test and listen carefully to any instructions from your examiner. At the next set of traffic lights, we will be turning right. As you can see, the speed limit now changes to 30 mph. Rolling up to the stop line and stopping close to it. When you're making the right turn, the examiners usually ask you to stay well to the left when you're entering your new road. Remember, follow the road ahead at all times unless you're asked to turn left or right, or traffic signs or road markings say otherwise. And in this case, we can clearly see the destination markings telling us to go straight ahead. When stopping behind stationary vehicles, make sure you keep a reasonable following distance. In this case, we can see the back of the tyres and some of the road surface. At our first set of traffic lights, we have an additional sign telling us that we must go straight ahead. And at the next set of traffic lights, we have more additional information. We must not turn left. When you look ahead, you can see more road markings directing you to move towards the right. This is where you will need to be careful, making sure not to make any drivers slow down, stop or swerve as you move to the right. This is a 30 mph speed limit. We can tell by the street lights and no traffic signs. Keep your following distance from the driver in front. Remember the 2-second rule in dry conditions. The pedestrian to the left does not have right of way. This is not a designated crossing. The only time you would allow a pedestrian to cross is if they had walked directly out in front of your vehicle. As you can see, this is quite a dynamic environment. We have the red vehicle moving off. Vehicles parked to our left. Vehicles trying to emerge from junctions and drivers in front indicating to turn left. Now we've got a pedestrian crossing to deal with. We can tell it's a pedestrian crossing by the zigzag lines. There is people stood there, so the lights can change. When you're following vehicles, expect them to turn left or right. Watch for any signals. We can clearly see this red vehicle in front of us. We can see the driver slowing down now and indicating to turn left. This is why we need to keep a good following distance. When you keep a good following distance, it allows you time to think. You're less likely to do a hard stop and make the driver behind you almost run into the back of your vehicle. Again, keeping a reasonable distance behind the vehicle in front when we stop. At this set of traffic lights, we will be turning left. When you make your left turn at traffic lights, always check your left exterior mirror for any aggressive cyclists coming down the left side of your vehicle. As we enter our new road, we've not seen any speed limit changes. The speed limit is still 30 mph. The road ahead is clear. We can make progress on this road. Progress means getting up to the speed limit if it's safe to do so, and in this case it is, as we can see well down the road, and it's a clear and dry day. the next set of traffic lights, we will be making a right turn. Position our vehicle close to the centre of the road. As you make the right turn, look into the new road you're driving into for any speed limit changes. And in this road we can clearly see a 20 mph speed limit change. At the next junction we will be making a right turn. As you can see, it's quite a closed field of vision. This means that your line of sight is restricted. And in this case our line of sight is restricted to our left. Make sure you get a clear line of sight before you commit to the right turn. Take your time and look for a clear gap. At the end of the road we will be turning left. Again, it's a closed field of vision. We can see the giveaway road markings. Our line of sight is close to our left. This means it is a closed field of vision. Take your time, make sure the road is clear before you move off. As you enter the new road, we can see vehicles parked on the left and right. Here we could have clearance issues and also meeting situations. As a general rule for clearance, keep about half an arm's length away when passing stationary vehicles. Meeting situations means conflict with approaching traffic. To take control in these situations, the best way to deal with it is to stop your vehicle. At the end of the road, we will be turning left. As you can see, there is a stop sign. You must stop on the stop line. Try and get your tyres as close as you can to the stop line and then bring your vehicle to a full stop. Again, it's another closed field of vision. Take your time, make sure it's clear before you move off. When you pull up on the left, try and do it in a safe place. As we can see, stopping before the vehicle parked on the right. You will be asked to pull up on the left on a number of occasions on your driving test. Make sure you stop in safe locations. At the end of the road, we will be turning left. As we approach the end of the road, we can see our speed limit has changed back up to 30 mph. And also, it is a closed field of vision. Again, taking our time on the approach. When observing at the junctions, looking right and left, try to look out for your road markings too. As we set off to our left, we can clearly see a cycle lane to our left. When you see cycle lanes with solid white lines and there's no times on the traffic signs, you cannot use the cycle lane. As you look ahead, you can see a bus stop to your left. We can identify the bus stop by the traffic sign and the road marking, which is yellow. Remember, You can queue on the bus stop, but you cannot park on it. It's not a bus lane. As you can see, the road ahead is reasonably clear. You can see our street lights, no speed limits. That's how we know it's a 30 mph speed limit. Looking well ahead, we can see the cycle lane to our left. Still in the 30 mph speed limit. Making sure the road ahead is clear. Now we can see a pedestrian crossing with the zigzag lines. And it's clear, and we just carry on. Now we're entering a 20 mph speed limit. As you've may have noticed, the video clip has just skipped ahead, but it's only by a few seconds, and we're still on the same route. And now it's more built up. This is one of the reasons why they've changed the speed limits back down to 20 miles an hour. As you're making progress on this route, keep looking well ahead for any more hazards. As we can see, there's a pedestrian crossing here, and it's clear, and we just carry on. At the next set of traffic lights, we're going to be making a right turn. As you approach the junction to make a right turn, you can clearly see the destination markings. And again, not getting too close to the vehicle in front. And watching out for our traffic lights changing back to green. As you make the right turn and look well ahead, you can clearly see a built-up area in front of us. You will need to watch out for a lot of pedestrian crossings on this route. In pedestrianised areas like this, it's important to make sure you're looking to your right and left, as well as looking forward, as a pedestrian could walk out, or a vehicle could emerge from a junction. Now we're heading back into a 30 zone, as we can clearly see the traffic signs to our left and right. Looking at the road surface, we can see a keep clear. Just stopping on our stop line. If you're not sure you have enough room, always stop before the first stop line. You can always change your mind and move forward if you feel there is enough room. Looking ahead, we can see the cycle lane to our left. The road ahead is quite clear. We can start to build our speed up again and make some progress. If we start looking to our left, we can see a traffic sign, and it's telling us about bus lane times. When we look at the traffic sign, we can see Monday to Saturday, 7 AM while 7 PM. These are the times the bus lane is in operation. Today is Sunday. This is the reason why we can use the bus lane. When we look further ahead, we can see quite a lot of road markings. As we go past the traffic lights, we notice there's vehicles in the right-hand lane. When you're doing your driving test, it's highly likely it'll be between Monday and Friday, and you will have to use that right-hand lane. And as you get closer to the next set of traffic lights, you can see the right-hand lane becomes right turn only. You will need to move back into this left lane. Make sure you're checking your left exterior mirror before you maneuver back into that left lane. Remember, Taxi drivers are allowed to use the bus lane during times of operation. At the next traffic light control junction, we're going to be turning left. We're going to be following the traffic signs from Manchester Airport. When turning left at this traffic light control junction, watch out for any cyclists coming down the left side of your vehicle, as there is a cycle lane to your left. Looking to our left, we can see the 40 mph speed limit. Again, looking well ahead, making sure it's safe before we build our speed up to 40 mph. As you can see, it's quite a busy road in terms of drivers crossing your path or trying to emerge out onto the road. Just keep looking well ahead, making note of any side roads to your left or right. We can see a traffic light control junction directly in front of us. Lights have changed back to red. We're going to use our default driving position, which is to the left. The left lane is your normal driving position, unless the road markings say something different. As we move off, looking well ahead, building our speed, and trying to match the flow of the rest of the traffic. The advantage of looking well ahead is you can spot dangers in advance. This gives you time to react. We can see roadworks to our right and traffic signs directing us to stay in the left lane. If you're unsure around roadworks, reduce your speed. As you clear the roadworks, then you can start building your speed up again. Here we can see another set of traffic lights on green, making sure, and then carrying on. Try not to accelerate up towards traffic control junctions on a green light. The cycle lane to our left has a broken white line. This means you can use it if it's safe or necessary. We don't need to use the cycle lane. If we look to our left, we can see the traffic sign. The sign posted for Manchester Airport. We're going to be turning left at the next traffic light control junction. As we approach the traffic light control junction, we can see a change in the speed limits. The speed limit has now changed back to 30 mph. Always check your left exterior mirror when turning left at traffic lights, making sure to see any cyclists around your vehicle. As we look ahead, we can see we can make progress, building our speed up to 30 mph. If we look to our left, we can see a warning sign telling us there's traffic lights ahead. And the road markings are also asking us to reduce our speed. Remember to keep your following distances. We can see a driver turning left, giving him a bit of room, getting through the traffic lights, and then building our speed up once again. On this stretch of road, there's quite a lot of traffic light systems. Make sure you know the difference between a pedestrian crossing and a traffic light control junction. This will prevent you from making any hard stops where drivers could get really close and almost run into the back of your vehicle. As we go over the top of the hill, we are looking to move into the right-hand lane. Once again, check in our exterior mirror well in advance before we move into the centre lane. Once in the centre lane, keep your lane discipline. Don't make any drivers around your vehicle slow down or swerve. We will be looking now to move over into the right-hand lane, checking our exterior mirror well in advance before we move across and change lanes. We're going to follow the traffic signs now for Chorlton. As you can see with the first traffic sign, you must go straight ahead at these lights. And at the second set of traffic lights, we're going to make the right turn. When you make the right turn, keep well to the left. Remember, the left lane is your normal driving position. Stay in this lane and just go straight ahead at this set of traffic lights. Again, keeping our following distances. And continuing straight ahead. At the next set of traffic lights, we will be turning left, and this brings you back to the test centre. Remembering your 10-mile-an-hour speed limit as you go past the barrier. Take your time turning left into the test centre. As you can see, the road is quite narrow and it does get quite busy. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and please subscribe for more videos.